Hey guys, Mr. 3D Hero here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about Amped Hardpoint and generally my thoughts on it. As in, should we be getting rid of Amped Hardpoint and replacing it with just the normal Hardpoint like you've most commonly seen in other types of games? So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. So Amped Hardpoint is just basically a improved version of Hardpoint. Kind of like the standard version that you see in Call of Duty or Battlefield, where you have 3 objectives depending on the map size, usually 3 objectives, you cap the points, you protect them, and by protecting them you get points. But in TitanFall 2 version of Hardpoint, when you capture a point, you're allowed to amp it by doubling it. So you basically double your points if you stay onto that point even more longer. So when you cap it the first time, and then you stay on that point again, you'll get plus 2 points instead of it being plus 1. So if you go off and get point A, for example, amp it, and then go to point B and amp it, you'll be getting plus 4 points in total rather than plus 1, while the enemy team may be getting plus 2 depending if they amped it or not. And in many ways it's quite good because it basically allows teams that are losing to actually have a chance to fight back and win. So if a team is losing by 50 points, or if another team has, say, 50 points and your team has 40 points, you'll be able to get a catch back up to them by simply capturing 2 points and amping both of them, and then by amping both of them your points will be doubled and increased, and in many chances you could then overtake them and be in the lead. Now the problem with this though is the fact that it encourages camping, and the whole point of it is to encourage camping. You're meant to hold down the point. You're meant to help your team support itself by gathering points as much as possible, because it's not going to be kills based, it's more how many bases you can control. And in many ways it's fine for some people, but for Titanfall 2 I don't think it really suits this kind of situation. Now in many ways, if you're up against a really good team, or a team, or just a mixture of teammates where you have good players and players that are not the type that are used to parkour and high speed running and attacking players, you'll tend to have players that will camp in specific areas, specifically the camp where the amped hardpoint is, and they'll stay in that area, and instead of them moving, they'll basically just sit tight, wait till other players come by. They'll know as well when the other players come by, as the indicator at the top of your UI indicates to you if another person is trying to take over the control point, and then all you have to do is then kill that person, hold on to that point, and just get more points. And this cycle kind of goes on and on and on, and it even kind of encourages kind of weird and very disgustingly bad loadouts that people use. For example, people may use the Eva 8 shotgun, then use cloak, gonna go and have the boost such as sentry turret or spider mines or even map hack. And then they'll use that to basically camp around that one point instead of just moving and actually helping the team. And it kind of plays off 50-50. In many ways, by having one teammate controlling one point is beneficial, because then that basically means then you and your other teammates will be able to capture other points and be able to push the enemy team back. But then at the same time, by having one less player available, it also kind of puts your team at a disadvantage, especially if the other team is a majorly well organized team. Because having one person in that one area isn't, that much of a problem. And although yes, many people will argue with me saying, oh yeah, just use the sonar class to counter it, I don't think really using a class or even using a specific boost should be one of the reasons. Especially in Titanfall 2, where it focuses entirely on wall running and getting to areas as quickly as possible. And for a game mode like this, in this type of game, I don't think it really suits it. I see this game mode being more suitable for games like Call of Duty, for example, or even Battlefield. Battlefield is probably one games where it does it extremely well, but they don't have it where you amp a point and you get more points. They have it where you have multiple points, you control that points, and then you and your teammates got to try to capture all the other points, and the more points you have, the more chances you win. So I was thinking, maybe, just maybe, they could change the way it's designed. Instead of it being amped, how about you just make it so that you have an extra flag in game, so it kind of evens it out. So say for example we play Eden, usually Eden will have, say, 3 maps, so, and each section of these maps will have 3, say, 3 hardpoint areas. Now if we kind of balance it out, maybe we could make it so that each team will be able to have one hardpoint area to control for their own side. and then that'll leave us with 2 more, and this way then it'll kind of balance it out. Although in many ways, if both teammates don't actually try and get the other point, it could lead to a tie, but it'll probably be more interesting and more useful, as teammates won't be able to stay in that area for so long. Just don't get me wrong, amped hardpoint is good, but it encourages players to camp way more in a very fast-paced game. So I think personally, maybe just add an extra hardpoint into these maps to make it a bit more easier and understanding, and to be less encouraging for campier playstyles. So tell me what you genuinely think about this. Do you genuinely think that maybe amped hardpoint is completely fine, and you enjoy this type of playstyle and it kind of suits TitanFall 2 very well? Or do you think personally that it needs to be rechanged? Maybe make it so that instead of being amped, you just have an extra map, or not extra map, but extra hardpoint, and make it so that it's more simpler in design. Make it so that it goes back to how Call of Duty does it, where you just capture a point and then you go off to the next point, and the more points you get, the more points you get. Something quite simple, and something that encourages us to actually move and always be on the go, instead of us actually staying in one spot and then camping controlling it. So tell me what you think generally. Do you think that it needs to be changed? Do you think that it is perfectly fine? Or do you think that there's a better way to design it without changing too much of it, while keeping it so that it fits the playstyle of TitanFall 2 and TitanFall 1 players, but also at the same time being kind of user friendly and not encouraging players to be too campy in their playstyle? Just tell me what you think. So that's it, that's the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it, as I'll be doing more of these type of videos in the nearby future. So if you do enjoy the video, then leave a like or leave a dislike. Also leave a comment in the comment section if you have something you also want me to say, or you have something personally that you want me to actually cover, as anything really do. Anything you have in mind will be quite helpful in increasing my content for everyone and the viewers. And also, while you're at it, do subscribe for more, as you know, subscribing is really helpful. I'll be sure to make sure I upload as much content for you, and I'll make sure all my content varies in type of video games, content being taught, and just in general what the player base actually want to see. So the more you subscribe, the more it helps me out, and the more it helps me out with understanding what you lot want and how I can bring it to you as quickly as possible. So thank you all for watching. I do hope to see you all again soon.